What's up, EDC family? I'm back. With the last mid-March reading I did, I said I was going to do Libra next, but someone asked me to do Aquarius, and at the time I was like, well, Aquarius is way down on the list. And I was like, I make the list. I don't have to follow any other list. I make the list, you know? This is all a part of me just learning go with the flow energy. I'm very aware that I'm a fixed sign, sun sign anyway, and also moon. So I just try to do little things to kind of get me out of that fixed energy of saying, okay, well, this is how it was planned to go, so we're going to stick to the script, and getting more into, what do I feel? How do I feel? What signs am I getting? You know, Somebody just happened to come into a live and say, do Aqua next. I'm an Aquarius. And I was like, I want to do Aquarius. Yeah, I want to know what's going on with Aquarius. But just because it was further down on the list, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait. No. Who's to say I'll live long enough to wait to do Aquarius? I'm going to do it now. So, yeah, we're going to do Aquarius. And I'm just going to check Aquarius off at the bottom of the list so I can keep track of the fact that I've already done it. And, yeah, we're going to move around that way. I'm trying to get more into spontaneity. When I give out spontaneous energy, I get back spontaneous energy. So, okay. But this is Aquarius, mid-March. And I do these mid-month focused readings. It's just about, where we can focus our energy or where the energy is focused in our lives to our benefit so that we can ascend and become better people, better beings overall. So we're going to see what's going on with Aquarius in mid-March. Aquarius mid-March. Aquarius mid-March. Aquarius mid-March. Aquarius. And we have the Four of Cups. It's the energy I was just talking about, being invested in a certain outcome and then not really wanting to move forward in any other direction until you get that desired outcome. But sometimes that's not the best way to be. But yeah, that kind of energy did show up here with the Four of Cups. And then we have the King of Staffs, who is a person who decides which way he wants things to go. How funny is that? That I just felt the need to give that little anecdote, and then the cards come out, saying the same energy. And y'all saw me just, shuffling. But we have the Four of Cups here, certain outcomes that we look for. The King of Staffs being like, you know what? I'm the one who makes the decisions. The Two of Coins telling me that things move according to, which direction you place your energy. So yeah, you may be, kind of looking to a certain outcome or a certain way that you think things should be. But really, as long as you know what it is that you want, you can make any action or take any action or choose any action. And the universe is going to work. It's going to mold and fold itself to create the reality that you want. There's really no wrong decision that you can make. It's more so as long as you have in mind what it is that you want to do and know what it is that you are going after. As long as you are in total control of your intention, I mean, any decision that you're going to make, the universe ain't going to do nothing but mold and fold itself to give you the outcome that supports the energy that you're putting out or that intention that you have in mind when you do whatever it is that you're doing. So let's get some details here on each of these cards. Two of Pentacles, King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. So we have a Two of Pentacles twice here. But the Two of Pentacles this time is, just diving more into that Four of Cups energy, which is basically saying, just like I just said, there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to get something done. So you don't have to be in total, complete control of a situation. Everything doesn't have to turn out the way that you would want it to turn out in order for the ultimate outcome to still be in your favor. Kind of let go of being so in control of everything where you would shun possibilities. Meaning, don't look, you have this goal in mind or this perfect situation, this complete fantasy you've already built in your mind, this scenario, this future scenario that you want to happen. And it's like, if it's not, if things don't go exactly the way you think that they need to be going, sometimes you will either quit, or you will kind of get up in arms, or kind of spread yourself too thin, trying to make things move along in the way that you want them to move. This is a call to just kind of just relax in the fact that you know what it is that you want, your ultimate goal. And sometimes you have to accept a different route to get there. You know, the two of pentacles tells me that your 3D reality, there's a number of ways that things could happen. There's a number of ways that things could go down, and you just have to be okay with it and kind of move with the flow here. The King of Swords on top of this King of Staffs is saying that really get clear about what it is that you want, not so much how it's going to happen. That's not your job. You know, that's up to the creator, that's up to source, that's up to the universe to mold and fold things on your behalf. So let it work for you. The King of Staffs knows what he needs to happen, but he has this whole league of people who will go and do things for him. He's more of like the commander in chief. The King of Swords, this wise person who was able to sit back and not be worried about much of anything. He's been through everything. You meet those older people, and nothing you can do or nothing you can say can get them up in arms, because they've seen it all, they've done it all. And I feel like for a lot of Aquarius, you feel like that energy where at this point in your life is like almost nothing that can make you just completely flip your lid. It's more so, I'm not saying you don't get mad sometimes, and you won't argue, or you won't have an attitude sometimes. That's human, that's normal. But for the most part, you're a pretty level-headed person, I feel like you hold a lot in too, not in terms of like biting your tongue, but you just realize that everything doesn't need your response. So even if you do have certain things that you want to happen, I feel like mid-March, moving toward the end of March into April, it's more of, does this align with what I want? If it doesn't, then I don't even need to pay it attention. So on one end is like you are working to get things done. On the other end is like you're also just allowing things to happen. And there's a very fine balance. This is a very fine balancing act that has to happen here in order for you to perfectly embody both of these energies. The Queen of Pentacles with the Two of Coins says that you are just rooted. Like you find a way to be very rooted in what it is that you want to happen. Um, Instead of stressing about something, you make sure that you're planting the seeds, because you know that if you tend to your garden and you do the work that you need to do, the things that you have control over, as long as you are in control of that, as long as you tend to your garden tediously or consistently, then you can feel calm enough to allow the universe to do the rest. Sometimes when we're in this energy of that Four of Cups, where there's a certain outcome we want and we won't consider anything else, and we find ourselves like kind of shunning off other opportunities or rejecting other avenues for these things to manifest in our lives, it's because there is usually a problem with what we're doing on our end. It's like, if you know you haven't completely done all the work, then yeah, you would be committed to a certain way that things should turn out, because it's like, oh my God, I didn't do what I needed to do. So now you're stressing about getting to the end that you desire, because underneath it all, you know that you haven't necessarily been doing the work on your end. But it's like, when you know that you've planted the seeds and you've done all that you can, um, what else can you do? So if you're coming up short on a situation in terms of what you are giving to the situation, then yeah, you may be more inclined to worry about the outcome. But once you really get into, planting the seeds, being firmly rooted in your reality, in your day-to-day life, just making sure that you're doing the things that you need to do, then you don't, excuse me, you don't have to worry so much about how things will turn out. You'll have that ability to kind of sit back with that King of Swords energy and know that, I've seen it all, I've done it all. There's really nothing more that I can do. There's no point in me stressing. I know what my intention is. I know that I don't have to do everything myself. My energy is enough to make sure that things around me happen in the way that I want them to happen. I just have to have that wisdom and also the powerful intention. I have to have both of those elements in order for the universe to work on my behalf. So I feel like in mid-March, you are learning to trust source, you're learning to trust the universe, you're learning to trust in the law of attraction process, or the law of reciprocity. You're learning to trust in all of that. I heard something earlier today that says a day is not measured by your harvest. Don't measure the day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you've planted or the seeds that you've sown. That's all you can really do. Plant the seeds and make sure you're planting them in good ground. So tend to your ground, tend to yourself, make sure that you're feeling good. Um, some people may be on a health kick. You may be dieting or just kind of paying attention to the things that you put in your body, trying to make sure that you get enough rest, those type of things, just making sure you look good, feel good, smell good. You may be exfoliating, just really taking care of yourself, getting facials, things like that. That's a good starting point. That's going to help the universe reflect back to you the energy of self-care and self-love. It all starts with the self. And when you do that and you take care of yourself, you can better embody this energy of the King of Swords, where you know that, you know, things are going to work out for you, where you know that there's really no need to get, up in arms about anything. There's no need to stress over anything, because you've lived and you've experienced enough to know that pretty much everything always works out, and if it doesn't work out, it ain't over, pretty much. The oracle says, I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. I like that. I like that. I like how those eyes are like closed in meditation. The eyes are closed, but the third eye is wide open and it sees in color. Mm. It sees in color. It's like when you allow yourself that space to relax, everything in your 3D may not be what you want from it, but that's only because you're seeing with your 3D senses. When you're actually able to get rooted and plant the seeds and do what you need to do, and also take care of yourself at the same time, that's when you allow yourself to get into that energy of just being still and being at peace. And you can connect with divine love, which is source, the highest power. And you begin to see things that may not even have manifested in your physical life as of yet, but you can feel it, you can see it coming toward you intuitively. Like within you, you can see it. Within you, you can feel it. So as you go along planting your seeds and doing what it is that you need to do, already just kind of celebrate within yourself that you've done the work needed to make these things happen. And don't stress as much on what the 3D, picture looks like, because what you live in the present is really the past. What you consider the future is really your present. In the past, the distant past, that's just a faint memory. It's a tall tale, a dream from which you've awakened, and now you have a chance to create what you want. You are a spirit having a human experience. Enjoy your human experience with the Queen of Pentacles. Enjoy that, and allow your spirit, being the King of Staffs and the King of Swords, allow that spirit to be what basically delegates to the universe what to do, and just sit there in relaxation and have relief. Do what you need to do, and let everything else take care of itself. Okay, so that's where you would best focus your energy, basically on yourself and just feeling good, making sure that you're doing what you need to do, and not, fretting and not worrying about the rest, Aquarius. Very, very, very nice energy, very quick, very simple. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. I want to build our EDC family. And thank you for watching, okay? I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.